Please be seated. Merry Christmas. Oh my goodness. Gosh, I love this day so much. Even with all of its like little moments, it's just so perfectly godly. So I'm so glad you guys are here worshiping and joining us as we celebrate such an incredible day. And if you're online or here in person, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's just a beautiful, awesome day. And I know life is chaos. And this story is chaos, isn't it? And I think that's what's so powerful about this story is when you and I take a moment to really reflect on how chaotic this story is. Because we've cleaned it up, haven't we? We've turned it into Christmas cards and sweet little songs about babies and sweet-smelling hay. And, of course, a new mother would want a drummer boy, obviously. Anyone who's ever had children is like, no, the last thing you want after you give birth is a drummer. You want to go to sleep. But we've cleaned this whole story up, haven't we? We've separated ourselves from it. We've distanced ourselves from the true miracle that this is by cleaning it up. So I want us to take a moment to really reflect on this story that we're telling. We are telling this story of this young couple who isn't even married yet and who has been called upon in this incredible moment to do something that is going to save all of us. And it's bad enough that they've accepted that. I mean, think about that. In this culture, in that time, this is a huge deal. This is a really, really big deal. And then, so it's bad enough she's stuck in a stable. She's been walking. This is not a pleasant little jaunt. No, she's been walking this whole time. And a donkey ride is not like a Lamborghini. It's not. It's more like, I don't know, like your lawnmower. You're riding lawnmower. Like, it's not pleasant. And she's pregnant. This is not a nice story. It's not clean. It's not sweet-smelling. And so here they are in this moment, and they're stuck, and she has this baby, and they're like, whoa, what now? And then all of a sudden, shepherds show up. What? The last thing you need is a whole bunch of weirdo shepherds that you don't know with their crazy sheep up in a barn where you just had a baby. This is chaos, utter and complete chaos. And it's scary and it's overwhelming, and nobody wants to be in this story except for maybe the shepherds, who also are overwhelmed and terrified because they're just hanging out in the evening when these like crazy weird angels show up. And just so you know, biblical angels aren't as cute as we draw them to be. No, like if you go to the Bible and look at angels, they're terrifying. So none of this story is as pleasant and sweet as the Renaissance artists made it. And into this, God comes. Not on a huge white stallion, but on a wrinkly, tiny little baby. Newborns. Oh my gosh. Do you want to know why parents have hormones? It's to make them love them. Because newborn babies are wrinkly and red, and they're loud, and they ooze from every bodily orifice. And you're in a barn. Thank God for hormones. That's how God comes into our world. Like, seriously, God couldn't think of a more majestic way to do this. And that's why I ask us to take a moment today to really, really think about this. Because think about Mary. She's sitting in this situation. All this stuff is happening. All these people are showing up and saying, God is here, God is here, God is here. And everything's overwhelming and chaotic. And what does she do? Does she enter into the chaos? She sits, she listens, and she ponders. She wonders. That is what you and I are called to do. In a world that is chaotic and overwhelming, because I don't care who you are and what's going on in your life, it's chaotic. It's overwhelming. Every single one of us is dealing with some sort of chaos, some sort of overwhelming stuff. We all are. And it's so easy to get sucked into that, right? It's so easy to be like, I don't have time. I don't have time for God. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. I can't even get to the grocery store. It's easy to get sucked into our chaos and our overwhelming and our fear and our terror and all the craziness. But I ask you to sit and ponder. In this moment, sit and ponder. Tonight, you have maybe half an hour more. Depends on how long I talk. You have this moment. Because I know when you leave here, it's going to be chaos. I know when you enter your world. I know when I enter my world outside those doors, it's going to be chaos. Santa's got to come. People are coming over. You may not have everything wrapped. Oh my gosh, life is chaos, right? So sit, ponder, listen, wonder. Just wonder. Because in our efforts to clean stuff up and mass produce it, we've taken the wonder out of everything. God is about the wonder and the mystery and the miracles that come out of our chaos and our pain. It's not clean. Miracles are not clean. God coming into this world is not clean and sweet smelling. God coming into your world is usually not clean and sweet smelling. It's chaotic and often painful and overwhelming. So take a deep breath. Breathe in with me. Like I do with all my students at school. Breathe in. Whew. Breathe out. Sit, ponder, and wonder.